Hey man, what it is, this is Dame and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go the Cash App. Show your boys some love. Show your boys some love. There go the PayPal at Dame by Any Means. Y'all see that heart with the dollar sign at the bottom of this video? Well, that's the super chat. You can press that at any time your heart desire. Say it with me, y'all. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It is much, much, much appreciated, y'all. So Jaron Ennis is the duck now, is what I've been hearing on these YouTube streets. That Jaron Ennis is the guy that's ducking now. Jaron Ennis, the most duck fighter in the sport. Y'all want me to believe now is ducking Virgil Ortiz? Y'all mean the same Virgil that team came out and said they need 5 years to be ready for Jaron Ennis? Y'all mean that guy that could afford Jaron Ennis at 147? Y'all mean the guy that had the so-called paperwork go to Jaron Ennis saying the fight would be at 147? Y'all mean that guy. So I'm supposed to believe Oscar and Virgil Ortiz's team, right? That's what I'm supposed to believe. The same people that told us the Kid Austin and Shakur Stevenson fight was done. Same people that was saying they waiting on Shakur Stevenson to fight. And my biggest thing, I thought we can't duck somebody at a different weight class. Can somebody show me where Jaron Ennis has ever came out and said, I am definitely going to 154 now? Somebody show me that. I'm waiting to see it. Because Jaron Ennis said people negotiating on his behalf without his knowledge. And if it don't come from him, from now on, don't believe it. That's what he says. Jaron Ennis is much more of a credible witness about himself than I believe Eddie Hearn is, who we did a court lying. Remember, Eddie said he sent a $20 million offer to Gervonta Davis? Eddie is known for sitting up there lying and doing fraudulent behavior. Y'all know that, right? I'm just saying. Oscar, let's not even talk about it. So Oscar wasn't willing to feed Virgil to Boots like a year or two ago. But he'd do it now? Huh. I've got beachfront property in Idaho I can sell you. So when can the B-side? I thought the B-sides can't send offers. That's first of all. Let's get that out the door. I thought the B-sides couldn't send offers. That's first of all. So address that point first before you talk about anything else. Address that point. So Virgil Ortiz and the managers are saying that they sent the offer, blah, blah, blah. Since when can the B side give the A side an ultimatum? You got 48 hours. This is what Eddie said. You got 48 hours to sign this paperwork when you're the B side. Dude, that sounds like negotiating in good faith, because that don't sound like negotiating in good faith to me. And then tell him what weight class y'all gonna fight at. Well, then Gervonta Davis is ducking people too, because then that's the same thing that they saying about Tank. I thought you can't duck somebody that's at a different weight class, because Jaron Ennis has never came out and said he's definitely going to 147, 154. What he has said was, if y'all going to quote the man, quote him right. If I cannot get a unification at 147, then I will move up. And then people saying, well, damn, he just fought his mandatory, so he won't have to vacate his belt. That's not what Eddie said. So do you believe part of what Eddie said? Are we believing all of it? Because if you're going to believe Eddie, you got to believe all of it. Because in that same interview, y'all going to tell me, well, Dean, Eddie said they sent this, sent that, sent that. I can tell you Jaron Ennis said ain't none of that true. So if we're going to go off of what Eddie said, Eddie also said that he had to vacate his belt. So was that part a lie? Or just the part y'all want to believe not a lie? I'm confused on that part. Why would Jaron Ennis drop his 147 title instead of going up to 154 and challenging the IBF champion when there is an opportunity to do that? He just fought 3 weeks ago. Jaron Ennis ain't got to fight again for the rest of the year. He ain't got to fight again for the rest of the year. He ain't got to fight in the beginning of 2025. He literally just fought 3 weeks ago. Literally. So I'm much more inclined to believe that Jaron Ennis, because Greg Hackett said Jaron Ennis told him personally that he ain't even been on no boxing stuff for real, for real. And that's believable because he just had 2 fights. It's Thanksgiving and holiday season time. That's much more believable. So we got Jaron Ennis and somebody that's actually close to Jaron Ennis saying that Jaron Ennis told them don't believe none of this. He hasn't even been on no boxing stuff. He's never negotiated with Virgil-Ortiz. And that people are negotiating behind his back on bad faith. That's what Jaron Ennis said. So is we going to believe Eddie all the way or partially? Because if you're going to partially believe him, then I don't want to hear it. Because Eddie is known to be frauding. And we all know that. Why would you, and then, so y'all want him to go up to 154, keep his title at 147 and jump up and down between weight classes? Then I should hold Gervonta Davis to that standard. Then Gervonta, go fight the WBA champion then. They had a whole different weight class until y'all got something that says Jaron Ennis said he is definitely going to 154. He's not fighting at 147 no more. You mean like Terrence Crawford did? Then then call him a duck. But until I see that, until I actually, because I don't believe Eddie no more than I believe Oscar or none of them. I thought the fight was done between Kid Austin and Shakur Stevenson. They said him and Williams Zepeda was done. And then miraculously, he having a baby. And then now his hand hurt. And then he fighting a month after. He's available a month after Shakur Stevenson's supposed to fight. They wind up fighting in the same month. Listen here, man. I got a beachfront property in Idaho I can sell you. Now, Jaron Ennis is a guy that is not known to be lying. He literally came out and addressed this. So unless you can prove to me that Jaron Ennis is lying, then I don't want to hear no duck talk then. Because then I'm going to ask you, have you talked to Jaron Ennis? Have you talked to Eddie Hearn? Have you spoken to Bozy Ennis? Have you spoken to Jaron Ennis' manager? Because if we take in what Virgil-Ortiz manager says and the Oscar De La Hoya side and all of them, okay. Then tell me you believe in that. But guess what? You're going to have to believe it the next time that they sit up there and say stuff too. They the same people that said they need 5 years to get ready for Jaron Ennis. And it's funny. I did not see all of this energy when Jaron Ennis was sitting up here getting ducked for the last 2 years. Was y'all holding Virgil feet to the fire when he deliberately was ducking Jaron Ennis then? So y'all want Dean to believe that a guy that was ducking Jaron Ennis, now Jaron Ennis is scared to fight him and ducking him. Sorry, can't do it. Especially when the fighter himself come out and say, that's not true. He literally just fought 3 weeks ago. I was there. So it's much more believable what Greg Hackett said, that Jaron Ennis was probably chilling and taking a break. It is hot. Wasn't you with your family? He is a professional boxer. The same Eddie Hearn and them that said that they offered Gervonta Davis $20 million, and then Gervonta Davis said that that's not true. So they sent over a contract. Let me get this straight. So they sent over a contract for 147. But then the fight wasn't at 147. It was at 154. But Jaron Ennis got 72 or 48 hours to make a decision that Jaron Ennis claims he didn't even know nothing that this was going on like that. And then Eddie says he would have to vacate his belt, but y'all saying he wouldn't have to vacate his belt because he just fought his mandatory, which is a possibility. But then I asked you, then that means Eddie was lying, right? So in that same interview, he's lying. So are you going to believe partial of the interview is all Dean want to know? Why would Jaron Ennis jump up and down weight classes to fight Virgil Ortiz? But y'all not asking the B-side, Virgil Ortiz, to take the fight at 147. He is the B-side. So you the B-side trying to tell the A-side what weight class you got to fight at. He got 48 hours to do it. So you're giving Jaron Ennis an ultimatum. So if we're going to allow Virgil and Oscar and Turkey Ali Kashik and all of them to do that, then everybody has to be held to that standard then. Sorry, can't do it. And then people telling me, Dean, well, they offered Boots $8 million. So you want me to believe that Turkey Ali Kashik was willing to give Jaron Ennis $8 million to fight Virgil Ortiz, but not $8 million to fight Terrence Crawford? Make that make sense, people. Please make that make. Do you believe that? See, around this whole situation, people don't got no facts. You got hearsay. The biggest fact of the matter is Jaron Ennis has came out and said that all of this is crap. Matter of fact, he on Instagram and put up Michael Jackson posts about Michael Jackson saying this is all lies. Greg Hackett came out last night and told you what Boots said because he talked to him personally. So unless y'all done talk to the man personally, I don't want to hear it. I literally don't want to hear it. You will not convince me that Jaron Ennis is ducking Virgil Ortiz, because ducking means you don't want to fight that person. That's what I take ducking as. You are scared to actually get in the ring with that person. I will never believe that. Not when Virgil team sat up there and said that they needed 5 years to get ready for Jaron Ennis. So which do you believe? So the B side could be at a different weight division. Send an offer. The first offer was not even at that weight division. And then he's going to dictate what weight division we fight at and going to give you a time limit on to decide what you're going to do. Could somebody do that to Tank? Could Kid Austin do that to Shakur? Could somebody do that to Canelo Alvarez? Could David Morrell do that to David Benavidez? I'm wondering, just acquiring minds would like to know. I'm wondering. So unless y'all going to tell me that Jaron Ennis is lying and you know that he's lying, I don't want to hear nothing. Sorry. Because I've been following this for a while. Jaron Ennis has never said that he's definitely going to 154. He's never said that. Not one time. Not one time has he said that. What he said was, if I can't get a unification fight, then people like, well, Brian Norman's about to fight. Amante Stanionis about to fight. Mario Barrios about to fight. Yes, Jaron Ennis has already fought twice this year already, though. He's not on the clock to fight right now. He could let them fight and still wait till their next fight to fight them. What does that matter? Yeah, Jaron Ennis just fought too. Jaron Ennis not on the clock to fight again. At minimum, I mean, literally at minimum, April, May. He ain't got to fight again until next summer. He already done fought twice this year. Who else that's a star like Terrence Crawford hasn't fought twice this year? Virgil Ortiz hasn't fought twice this year. Brian Norman Jr. hasn't fought twice this year. Amante Stanionis hasn't fought twice this year. Only person I think has is Mario Barrios. And I'm not sure if that's all the way true, but I think it's Mario Barrios. That's the only person. So wake me up. He fought in July, I believe, and he just fought in November. That is 2 fights. Gervonta Davis only fought 1 time this year, and then he was fighting at the end of the year. So like I said, we're going to address all of these duck allegations, but I just hope that y'all got facts to say what y'all saying. Because it sounds like if you're going to take what Virgil and them team says, then you also got to believe the part that they said that they need 5 years to get ready for Jaron Ennis. Why would Jaron Ennis not fight Virgil Ortiz after how Virgil Ortiz just looked as well? Eddie said if he do decide to go to 154, he will fight Virgil Ortiz. So tell me, what part of it do you believe? Because you can't pick and choose which parts of the interview you want to say you believe. It don't work like that. Eddie also said if he move up, he would have to vacate the belt, but y'all saying that's not true because he just had the mandatory. So that means that Eddie Hearn was lying. Like he does. Mind you, y'all, I'm the main person that was telling Devin Shakur and Boots to not go to Eddie. But Boots, out of all of them, is the only one that actually went to try to get the other fights, and they ducked them. So my thing is, I see how much energy y'all have for Boots, and it just shows me that it's hate. Y'all didn't have this much energy for them other fighters ducking them the last 2 years. Y'all had none of this energy. Actually, y'all made excuses for Terrence Crawford. So I guess Devin was stupid for using his title status to fight Regis Prograve. I guess that Madrimov was dumb. I mean, Terrence Crawford was stupid for using his title status to challenge Madrimov. I guess Lamont Roach wasn't that smart to sit up there and fight and then use his championship status to challenge Gervonta Davis. I guess that's not smart to do in boxing. Y'all don't even know what Jaronennis is or isn't going to do. Bakaram just fought too. How y'all know if he do move up, he don't want to challenge Bakaram versus Aliev? How y'all know that? Jaron Ennis don't have to fight again until next winter, for real, for real. He could fight again next summer, and then in the wintertime, like he just did. He literally just fought 3 weeks ago. Y'all already know what this is, though, right? Ding, buy, any, means. And I'll holler at y'all.